Hare Krishna. There's Pankajani Prabhu actually wrote a book about the mystical pastimes of Jagannath here. You can find it in the temple. There's many, many. How he came here, the stories there in the dioramas. Devotees were going to Puri, and one devotee had gone blind, and they wouldn't take him with because it's a 12-day walk. And they couldn't take care of him, the blind man. So he was really crying. And Jagannath came in a dream and said, "You go to the Ganga tomorrow, a certain place, and a log will float up. And you get that log and take it to a certain carpenter and he'll carve deities." So he did that, and the carpenter was a leper. His fingers were bleeding all the time. He said, "I can't do it. This place is too painful, but it's offensive. I'll be bleeding all over." And they had a big argument. He said, "But it's an order of the Lord. You have to do this." So he agreed. So they got the log, and this carpenter would work, and he made these deities. That's the story. Story we always heard. Then they were being worshipped, but gradually their worship deteriorated, from down to finally only on, first it was just Ekadasi, and then only Janmashtami or something. Finally they just stopped. And then the village had a plague, and everybody died. So nobody would go anywhere near that village for a long time. Then somebody found buried temple and got him out. Then it came again. One pujari had no sons, and he couldn't carry on. He had no one to carry on. So he asked Jayapataka Maharaj to take over the deities. So he agreed. He told the devotees, "Don't start any puja yet, because we don't have the signature of everybody. Many, many people own the land." But some pujari hadn't heard that, so he started offering. That time they were just bringing bhoga from Radhamadava. And then he heard that somebody told him that Guru Maharaj said, "Don't do it," so he stopped. So that night he was in his dream, he saw Lord Jagannath going across the field. And he said, "What?" Chased after him. He said, "Where are you going?" "You're not feeding me. I'm going to go eat with Brahma." So then he told Jayapataka Maharaj, he said, "No, okay, carry on." They got all the signatures. The temple was very broken down. And the devotees, I think mostly from Russia, but they got this temple built. I was here when we moved the deities. When it was, a long time ago. But there were many, many leelas. Johnny would tell, and Johnny goes tells now. This is a Muslim area, but the Muslims come and worship Jagannath. One story was one rickshawala, they gave him Mahaprasad, and he said, "From idol," and he threw it down. The next day he came back begging. He said, "What happened?" He said, in the night, I think his rickshaw tipped over on the way home or something, and then in the night, Jagannath came and they were beating him up. He said that white one was saying, "Kill him, kill him." So many stories. Jagannath would go when they put the Giriraj. Then Jagannath, they complained in the pujaris in their dream that this Gopal, this coward boy, is eating all the sweets and not getting anything. So they asked Jayapataka Maharaj, he said, "Well, then make a separate plate." They offered a separate plate. On and on and on and on. But the whole area, we have down the road there, it's Jalangi. And that's a place where Balaram killed one big demon. Jagannath did actually come here because the Muslims were attacking Puri so much. This Jagannath is considered non-different than Puri Jagannath. The place is non-different than Puri. So here is also Srivasangam, Sridhar Angam, Kolavicha Sridhar. It's a little far, maybe 15 minutes walking to go around. Quite a beautiful place. So there was a temple there. The Gaudiya Math had a temple. Now they actually built a new building, but it's just a picture. So Kolavicha Sridhar was the banana wala that Lord Chaitanya Nimai would come every day for 3 hours and argue with him about the price. And every day for many years, he got so much mercy. I was reading about it when I was just here. And he said, no one ever got so much mercy as Sridhar. Lord Chaitanya would intimately be right there. And then, so after the Kazi's house, when Lord Chaitanya took the Harinam party to the Kazi's house, it was a huge, they said 1 lakh or something. And they were very angry because he broke the mridanga, and he said, if anybody goes out chanting again, I'm going to kill them. Now I only break the mridanga. So Lord Chaitanya got everybody with torches, and they were destroying all the gardens. They were screaming, kill the Kazi, kill the Kazi, kill the Kazi. And the Kazi was hiding in the back of his palace. Mahaprabhu was saying, come out. He said, no, I won't. He said, I'm all right, but I don't trust your friend. Then he finally convinced them, the family relationship, village by village relationships. And he came out, and they had a discussion. Because he said, Lord Chaitanya said, what kind of religion do you have? Killing cow, killing your father and mother. And he said, in Vedas you had this yajna also, but then Lord Chaitanya explained this is to revive the animal, not just slaughter. Then the Kazi agreed. He said, yeah, actually, we know our religion is not so good. Then he was scared. He said, I'm never again going to disturb the Sankirtan. Because last night this lion came, half man, half lion. And he was sitting on my chest and he was roaring and saying, you broke the mridanga, I'm going to break you in half. I love mridanga. And he showed his scratches on his chest. So then he made that edict. No one will ever interfere with Sankirtan and Navadvip for the future, forever. And he gave him that symbol we have, I don't know, what do you call that? And when you show that, that means you're authorized by the Kazi. And we still have that. So that, and then after that event, then Lord Chaitanya came to Sridhar's house. Sridhar was very, very poor. He didn't care at all for profit. His house was leaking. Lord Chaitanya would and all the neighbors said, Sridhar is crazy. They're all Shakti worshippers. And they said, we're very rich, and you're a stupid guy. He was chanting all night so loud. He said, because his stomach hurt so much, He's so hungry. But he would sell just, a few bananas, banana leaf plates, a few other vegetables. And he would spend half the profit for Ganga Puja. And that's all he ever cared for. So when Lord Chaitanya and the Mahaprakash, he called, go get Sridhar, and everybody would, Sridhar, what? Who's that? He said, you go that way and you'll hear him chanting. So they said halfway here, they heard him chanting. And he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to meet you. And he fainted dead, just in ecstasy. So they carried him, and Lord Chaitanya was telling him, Sridhar asked for benediction, anything. He said, I'll give you kingdoms, I'll give you gold, I'll give you, whole villages, I'll give you heavenly planets, even Vaikuntha, whatever. He kept saying, no, I don't want it. And I just want to do my puja for the Ganga. So Lord Chaitanya finally said, you have to ask for something. If you don't ask for it, you have to have them. So he said, all I want is that I can always remember the face of Nimai stealing my vegetables. And he was crying and crying. He didn't recognize who this Nimai was. Because Nimai would tell him, you're worshiping Ganga, but I'm Gangapati. Well, you're stupid. You should worship me. But he was a kid, and then it's that crazy popped up kid. So he lamented that. But anyway, he just carried on with the same lifestyle. So the Gaudiya Math, Bhaktisiddhanta made a temple. And we have over here, some of you made it for the darshan of Simantini Devi. It's Parvati. One time she saw Shiva dancing and shouting, Gauranga, 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 and dancing like she'd never seen before. So she was like, what's happening? What are you doing? Gauranga, Gauranga. And he couldn't even explain to her. So she wanted to see Gauranga. She sat down and started meditating. So finally Gauranga came. And she was complaining to him. You're giving everybody so much mercy, but I have to, keep people in the material world, and nobody likes me. Maya, And then he explained, it's on the wall over there. He explained to her the importance of her job. It's a very important service that she's doing. So he told her, O Supreme Goddess, you are my energy. You are not separate or different from me. In the spiritual kingdom, my original energy was one form as Sri Radha, but for carrying out activities in the material world, she has expanded herself as you. Without you, my Leela could not be accomplished. For in the form of Yoga Maya, you are necessary in my pastimes in Braj. You are eternally present as Purnamasi, and in Navadvip as Prodamaya, along with Chaitrapala Shiva, guardian of the Dham. Saying this, the Gauranga disappeared, and Parvati became overwhelmed with love. Parvati stays in one form as the goddess of Simantwini, and another as Prodamaya. There's a big banyan tree, temples underneath. So Lord Chaitanya, she took the dust of Lord Chaitanya's feet and put on Simant. So this island is called Simantadweep, and she's called Simantini. It's one of the most beautiful Gauranga deities I've ever seen, and she's also very beautiful. So the actual place is supposed to be over there somewhere, but they're building a bigger temple there. Everything around here is just going up and up because there's so many devotees. Over here, there's Shiva, that was here before the devotees came. Traditionally worshipped as Shiva, some stone. So that's over there. So we're very fortunate. A very opulent area, like we said. Palm trees, bananas, mostly jackfruit and mangoes. So many. And this place never floods. Flood was too far away. So this was Rajpur, was the headquarters of the Qazi. The Qazi then got benedicted, and he became, what did they call him? No, he was Nawab Hussain Saba. Then he became Champak. So at his samadhi there's a neem tree and a champak, and they're both like huge. It's 10 times bigger than any champak tree I've ever seen. And they're tying together, and it's still blooming. both healthy trees still. They're from that time, since his samadhi, somebody planted those trees and they're growing. So he became a very special person. Who was he in Krishna Lila? Kazi? Wisconsin? So it's worth it to get that book by Kavichandra Swami. I'm sure they still have it in the temple bookshops. So all these different. One lady was coming, and a Muslim lady. She was offering worshiping Lord Jagannath. And they asked her why, Muslim. And she said, no, this is my Allah. And then one day she came and she was offering a mirror, gift to Lord Jagannath. So they asked her why. She said, my son was blind. He went blind. And I prayed to Lord Jagannath that if my son gets his eyes back, he'd gone to every medical, they tried everything. If he gets his eyes back, I'll give him a mirror. So she said he got his sight back, so I'm giving the mirror. So the Muslims all around her, they come. And we hear how they broadcast in the morning. So the devotees broadcast from 4 o'clock with big horns on the roof. And there's a very nice guest house. Devotees like to stay here. It's the sweetest Mangalarti. Come here for Mangalarti. We come here on the Navadip Prikrama. So we spend one night and it's a very, very ecstatic place. So Jagannath, everybody knows. Another story was when Pundarika Janiti, famous follower of Lord Chaitanya, initiating Guru of Gadadhar Pandit, he was also very strict. And he went to Puri. And he saw the, Odana Shasti? They put the winter cloth. So they put the new chadar without washing it first. It's still starchy. So he was really upset. Thinking these pujaris, they're really bad, they don't follow rules and regulations. So that night, Jagannath and Balaram came in a dream. They were beating. He woke up and he was all bruised, black and blue. Like they were saying, we like our pujaris. So who do you think you are? Didn't kick him out, but beat him up and got even more special mercy. So then I think Sarvabhauma told him, you got extra special mercy. But many, many things they do, it's completely, they don't do artik at regular times, and, they do many things different than the standard rules and regulations. But Lord Jagannath's very happy. Lord Jagannath here has all these pastimes, sometimes very frivolous kind of things, leaving, going off in the woods. Many, many, I don't remember details, Pankaj was in on it all the time. And they cook, like you said here, they brought cooks from Puri to learn how to cook. They cook everything in the clay pots and the wood fires. They cook a little different, because they cook some of the more modern vegetables. But they cook the same techniques. So it's very, very special prasadam. Everybody likes to come one day to get that. And you can see that puja is very, very beautiful. They have special power. I had a picture of them years ago. And in Tokyo, I took it to a photo shop to get a blow-up. And the guy in the shop said, what is this? So we told him. And then he said, can I have it? So he made one for himself, and he put it on the wall behind him in his photo shop. For 1 year, he liked it so much. So everybody got a little mercy over Jagannath. Jagannath, and we know Prabhupada's attraction to Jagannath, Rath Yatras all over the world, and how Jagannath came to America. That's another mystical. Prabhupada was worshipping Lord Jagannath since he was a child, making his own Rath Yatra. As soon as he finished his school, he went to Puri. He had this desire always to go to Jagannath Puri. We have to revive Puri. Prabhupada on the train back, we heard some Mukherjee's talking all nonsense. He said Puri's been a holy place for so many years, but they're ruining it. You know. But now there's you can't find a vegetarian restaurant. Right? They have vegetarian thali at the bottom of their list. But people are, playing games in the beach, and they used to just go and worship. But devotees are going, and they're doing Harinam all the time in Puri, all around, and really purifying the place, getting at the back door they're supposed to. But you don't have to go to Puri, you can come here, and it's non-different. So take advantage. I don't think we have time or know the way to get to Shiva Sangam, Sridhar Sangam. But he's a really amazing personality. To get that kind of mercy, the statement, it's in the Chaitanya Bhagavad, is so heavy. No one ever got so much mercy as he did. And people would joke with him and laugh, and why don't you worship Mataji? Shakti, and you'll be rich like us. He just never cared. But he chanted day and night really loud. And he would never bargain for prices. Lord Chaitanya would always come and say, your price is too high. And his policy was, if somebody didn't like his price, he'd just say, well, go somewhere else. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Didn't want to waste time. He said, my price is lowest, and if you don't like it. So then finally Nimai would say, actually, I'm a Brahmana, and you should be giving it, and you just grab things. And Sridhar would pulling back and forth. Yeah, but he was always looking at the face of Nimai. And that's what the only benediction he wanted. So it's just like the Damodar Astakam, he just wanted to see the face of Gopal. He didn't have any other desire. Lord Chaitanya offered him every benediction he could think of, one after another. No. Nobody could believe it. They were just amazed to see anyone get so much mercy. That was here. Lord Chaitanya took water. He had one old broken iron loda that he used for everything. And Lord Chaitanya drank from it. And he was trying to stop him, And he said, no, to give him water from the loda of the Vaishnava was the biggest benediction. Because that was after the Kazi's thing, and he was tired and thirsty. He came here. So it's a very eventful area. Jalangi is very nearby. 15 minutes walk. It's a beautiful area with all mud houses and two-story big mud houses. Lots of cows. People are very, very friendly. This part is, and a lot of devotees live down there. They named it. They named the area. There are many devotee families living down this road. Cheaper property. So, so we get Jagannath Prasad? Yeah. It's desirable for everyone. Mahaprasade Govinde Brahmavabani Vaishnave Sopa Punya Prade Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Abhijja Vitendriya Teheka Vepale Visagare Kamaje Divayati Lobhamoy Sudurmati Takijitakatina Samsare Krishna Bora Doyamoy Hari Bari Jiva Joy Swaprasad Matilopai Sayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunagal Preme Dako Chaitanya Nita Mahaprasad. We have